Hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody again back here. I'm Nick.
I'm Justin, and we're the
Oh,
Davidson
we got a
brothers.
delay.
See? That's a
And we're the
bad delay.
hey, that's okay. Live streams. It's always going to kind of be this way. Eventually, when we get in the same room, it'll probably sound a little bit smoother. So, hey, until then, this is all about the growing process.
So I think it sucked.
It definitely did suck, but you know what? It's hard to time lag.
I'm in a bad mood too.
Yeah, Frankie's in a sour mood, but that's okay. He's got the guns out. There's always that. We got producer Frankie with us again. Once again, this is the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We are sponsored. Well, we're direct employees really under Chirping Pucks Media.
Yeah.
AKA
I feel like you could definitely say that. I mean, you guys are working your tails off, and big shout out to Justin showing up right before us.
Early.
7:30 he was in here. We gotta give him a little love.
Where's my chocolate
Way to
milk?
lead the path, man. Just being here early, setting the fucking tone for the boys. I mean, I'm not too sure. Dairy is not my thing right now.
We'll trade in the chocolate milk if you take that hideous jersey off.
Already
Never.
talking shit. Well, let's get into
Never.
Review notes. What my favorite of the show. Obviously, these look a little different. I don't have a headset tonight, so I'm not going to actually be doing too much talking. We're just do some guiding, and we're going to go over some producer notes. All right off the bat, Two Bars One Puck podcast. Make sure you give them a follow on social media. Got a great guest tonight. One of my good friends, our good friend, Christian Davidson.
Yeah,
shout out. Pumped up to have them on.
Very excited.
I've been talking. I've been wanting to have my show, and you just take my friend from me.
Well, look,
he was my friend first.
I mean,
actually, respectfully saying, producer notes. You've been taking all my friends. You've been hanging out at the rinks. You've been joining teams. Yeah, I told you, Justin, you're safe tonight. This guy over here is hanging out with the boys without me.
Look, at the end of the day, what drew you to me is what is drawing your friends to me as well.
I want to kick their ass, respectfully saying. I don't know. They probably want to do the same thing.
Most of your friends probably do the same thing. No, but this one of your friends, I don't think ever wanted to kick my ass.
Probably not. Producer notes. Producer notes are brought to you by Pro Edge Hockey Analytics, our good friend.
Shout out.
And one of the sponsors of the showcase.
Looking forward to it.
He's going to be doing some great work for us, our good man Brian Cohen. Also, one of the good on the No Sadbros hockey team. So big shout out to them. Producer notes is sponsored by Pro Edge Hockey Analytics. We're going to do a little couple of sponsor reads. Got to give a big shout out to a couple of them right off the bat. Our first one, Page Ravat Indie Man LLC. You talked to coach today.
Oh yeah,
I talked to the coach today through a text.
Wonderful.
We're going to set up a little conversation, have them get a little done. Sweet. When you're part of Chirping Pucks Media, I want to make sure we take care of you guys. Make sure you check them out on the website. Got a couple more sponsors, but I just want to make sure that we mentioned the old Page Rev Hockey Analytics Handyman Services. Sorry about that. So excited for the next thing. Wednesday, Chirping Pucks podcast will be coming back on. Great. We have a great show in store with the Gremlins, the back.
Yeah, I'm looking
Gremlins Hockey Club. This will be the final show for me for the rest of the month, and maybe a little bit into March. I've been making some posts about some health issues I've been going through, so I want to make sure I focus on that. We also had pushed the date out for the showcase. With that being said, I guess we'll kind of break some news here. I don't think I have a breaking news thing here, but that's okay. Breaking news. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do it. All right, guys. Breaking news. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate that. The showcase. We have a new format. We have a new date as well, and all this will be provided. We're just announcing it now. June. With all the health issues, we're going to push it out. June.
Summertime.
13th, 14th, and 15th. That's right. We are no longer doing one game each. We are doing a 6-team round robin full weekend tournament. We're all playing each other. I get a piece of the No Sad Bros. I get a piece of your team. You guys get a piece of me. You guys get a piece of the Chirpy Pucks. And then we're going to find a couple other teams to fill in. Every team gets 3 games. And championships will be on Sunday. It's going to be a great time.
I'm looking forward to
no additional cost. So what the cost it was originally is going to stay that way. But yeah, we're actually going to have a full-on weekend tournament. It's going to be a great time. More information will be provided. Also, one more announcement. We have some conversations in the car and with me stepping away a little bit. going to need some assistance and things like that. So, want to just do a quick announcement that Nick is going to be the official hockey operations liaison in my place for when I'm not going to be as active. He's going to make sure that teams are playing, teams are registering. And if you need a little backup, you send over the old J-Bone.
Yeah.
J-Bone to get him.
Get the dog on him.
Jumping from just on top of the fridge. Just come on.
Rey Mysterio style.
I actually respect that 100%. So those are going to be the producers, and we got a great guest.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward.
Let's why wait any further, right?
Let's bring up the third Davidson.
Bring him in.
All right,
No
guys.
relation.
The only the gold the Tendy all around played for many. Good guy. Let's give it up for the one and only Christian Davidson joining the show. Absolutely.
Hey guys.
Happy to have you. I'm going to pass it on there to Nick.
Hi, Christian, man. It's good to have you on here, brother.
Yeah, good to be here.
All right, sweet, man. Yeah. So it's funny that this little trio happened because me and Justin kind of talked about it. I remember our first little stint in the U. We've only been with the U for a little over a year now, and we're getting ready to get in our locker room, and we look like behind the net, and we're like, dude, does that jersey say Davidson? And like we were ready to call our father up and see if he had some answering to do. Like, yo. But now it's so here we find out we signed up for the same league that you're in, and not only do we see another Davidson, but now we're going to be facing them a couple times a year.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Sorry, I've been sorry off about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But no, so let's honestly get into it. I want to get into your early hockey. Oh,
If I may, just because I'm so excited to have Christian on here.
Oh boy.
One of my brothers, one of my guys. I'd like to tell a little story. When I first got a chance to meet Christian in the league I came to a game late, and the new team was the Raptors. And I knew it was a newer team. They struggled that first year. I think they maybe had like 2 wins.
Zero.
Nothing can say like
Big goose egg.
they reflect and say, hey, that's how obviously we're seeing now.
He's at 0. They were at 0 wins.
I don't think that's well, give or take. There's definitely a few winners on that team, and Christian being one of them. I got to play against Christian the first game. I show up late, and my first interaction with Christian, and you are so lucky. Do I have it? Oh, you're lucky son of a bitch. I don't think I got it.
So bad.
He's lucky. I got to meet Christian. I got to score a great goal on him, and putting the glove on the stick and just hitting it with a hard celly. Wow, I don't even know what that was. The computer just went off. And then Christian, if you don't mind jumping in, and I'll let you have the take. Like that first interaction that we had, I believe that the boys kind of warned you about old Sniper Dangle, respectfully.
Yes. I was like told like, yeah, this Frankie guy's guy that's running his mouth, constantly over there on the bench. It's like this guy's trouble. I mean, he's just causing havoc out there. He's just chirping. He's talking all kinds of smack and everything. And I'm just like, okay, great. This is going to be fun to play against this guy. And yeah, so in the second period, he comes down and yeah, you burned me 5-hole on a good shot. I think it was. And then I'm like try to recover my, all right, that was a bad goal I gave up. And then I see him over there selling like down in front of the benches with his glove on his stick, and he's like just hamming it up. And I'm like, okay, so everything that they said about this guy is true. Okay, noted. I'm gonna watch this guy. And I think I might have started chirping at you later in the game, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember because I don't usually chirp very much, but if somebody gets under my skin a little bit, I make sure I let them know.
Oh, you absolutely do.
Oh, no doubt.
And just to end my point, that little interaction that you and I had has led to one of my favorite friendships in hockey, in the hockey community. And without that interaction, I probably wouldn't have the brother that I have now. So definitely glad that little interaction happened, because Here we are.
Here we are.
My boy.
Sometimes him acting like a ham actually. Sometimes him acting like a ham pays off.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, he would even pull up his own goal. Then he still has never posted when I stoned him on the breakaway, and then he got chirped by everybody on the Rusty Wolves and their dog and too. I mean, it was just hilarious to watch.
Well, I mean that's what they say: live by the sword, you die by the sword. So if you're the guy out there chirping people, giving people bellies, when you fall or you make a mistake, people will be right there to get you. Oh.
Speaking of chirping, the game that I came back after I was injured, shout out to Silver who gave me a concussion. Check out Frankie No Deke on YouTube. You can actually find that video. And I came back. I was out for about 3 months, and we ended up coming back and playing Christian's team. And I have a lot of good friends with the Wolves. They were all in the stands. And I remember coming down on a breakaway, clean breakaway, and Christian robbed me. And I'm hooking the boards, and on the left side, shout out to Cartwright. Love Cartwright, one of my close friends. I haven't seen her in forever. She has her dog with her. The dog is up on the board, just barking at me. And I'm dude, one of my favorite stories.
Even the dog knows who the villain is in this story.
Whoa.
That's true. Dogs know.
But let's get into obviously we're talking a lot of hockey here, but let's get into like how it started for you. I mean, obviously our pilot episode, we got to go into our hockey story, and we kind of want to get a little bit of how it started for you.
Okay. So, well, my actual playing career bloomed very late, actually. But hockey's always been something I've been interested in ever since, believe it or not, before I was even born. My mom and dad used to have season tickets to a team called the Erie Blades, and I was going to games before I even knew what hockey was. And then even when I was still a young infant. So I got to see and hear, experience a lot of hockey from an early start, but I never really played it as a child. Yeah. Eventually, I got into hockey, my actual hockey career, when I was stationed out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, out at Kirtland Air Force Base. I was here at the time, and then we got orders to go out there. And once I got there, I noticed that there's some guys playing street hockey. They had an actual street hockey rink right by the gym there on the base. And I noticed these guys playing while I was going over to the gym, because, you're military, you got to work out. And so I came over and I was like, oh, hey, can I jump in, play with you guys? I'd love to play some street hockey. And they're like, sure, of course. So I started out playing street hockey, and eventually we had enough people where we could have two goalies. So I used the communal goalie gear to actually start playing in net, because I was like, I want to live this dream, because I've always wanted to be a goalie, because I was a catcher in Little League baseball. Didn't really get into hockey playing as a kid, because I just wasn't something I was not it wasn't really available as such in my area, believe it or not. And I wasn't part of like the leagues. It wasn't like as big as it is around here. We have multiple leagues you could join as a kid, so it was kind of limited back in the mid '80s, basically. But I played Little League baseball. I got to play catcher eventually, so that's similar to being a goalie. And I've always, watched the goalies. That was always my thing. These guys are crazy. These masked men out there, the last line of defense, and they're getting the big cheers when they, make these crazy saves. And so that's why I was always like, yeah, I want to be a goalie if I can. And so back to the street hockey. So I eventually got communal goalie gear. Then I got my own street hockey gear. And then by the end of that year, I was like, okay, I want to try to see if I could take this to the ice. And I hadn't skated.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, I hadn't skated since I was like 15 years old, or like some open skate thing. And I did it like once. And I haven't skated before then or after then, until this point when I got my buddy. I'll shout out to Chris Howery, my goalie mentor, my buddy. He gave me his old goalie skates. Didn't even have sharpening on them. They were just, flat pretty much. And I put them on, and it was like a duck to water, just out on the ice. Had balance. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually doing this right now. And eventually got my first set of goalie gear. And within the next year, I was playing on a team. I first subbed in, and I had to actually go to some military training, and I was on the way to it in San Antonio.
Thank you so much for your service.
Yes. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Yeah, they appreciate it. Thank you, guys. They called me up while I was on the way because I'd subbed in for this team, and they're like, "Oh, hey, the goalie went down. Can you sub the rest of the season?" I'm like, "Guys, I'm gonna be gone for 6 weeks now. I got training I got to go to at NCO Academy." I'm like, "Oh." So but when I came back though, I got into a team. The New Mexico Hockey League is where I first started playing. Big shout out to them. They're still going strong. You can look them up online. Great organization. They've gotten recent upgrades to their rink since I played there because they got some money from an owner now. They have a NAHL team, the New Mexico Wolves. So they did a lot of great renovations. One of the rinks actually had an old farm set in the background, like Southwest setting. It was like so hilarious.
I was gonna say, man, it's pretty wild that to start hockey in New Mexico of all
I
places.
know.
Like,
That's what I tell people.
Because I mean, I'm from Jersey, obviously, but I went and lived in Arizona for quite some time, and hockey was hard to find out there, street, roller, ice, or otherwise. It was just rare.
Mhm.
So for you to tell me, hey, I started playing hockey on an Air Force base in New Mexico is definitely a wild start to a hockey career.
And it's pretty big out there. It's still very popular. There's a few rinks out there I actually played on. And this rink it was very unique because they call it the Cool Loop. They have these two ice tunnels in between both rinks, and they're connected. So they could pull the boards up in the corners, and they can make one giant loop that you can open skate through. And they use the tunnels for broom ball and stuff like that. But
That's pretty cool.
it was a lot of fun. So that's
Frankie,
that's pretty much my
Just we'll do the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure you follow us on social media. We got our good friend Christian Davidson here. Make sure you follow him on his social media as well. We'll have that in the comments momentarily. Looking forward to jumping in his more of his hockey career for sure. It's good stuff already. But I do want to touch on one thing that you mentioned. The boys. The boys were like, "Hey man, can you help us out?" And he's like, "Hey, I got responsibility. I'm a man of responsibility here, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll see you in 6 weeks when I'm doing my thing, and I'll come back stronger than ever and really save the puck a little bit more."
Yeah.
I love that. Great story all the way.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those things I love hearing it too, because we've talked about it. Like my brother got his chance straight going into high school. He got to play ice hockey, and it's something I always wanted to do. And obviously everybody, young kid, thinks when they first put skates on, oh, I'm doing this to make the NHL.
I did.
Everyone thinks they're gonna make the NHL. But as I got older, I realized hey, I don't have to make the NHL to the sport still. As long as I have my physical health, my ability, my strength, I can go out there and play still. And I don't have to go make the NHL. I don't have to get asked to pay, to get paid to play. For me, It's just the love of the sport and getting to get out there and make friendships, because we always talk about we'll get into some of it later on in the pod, but especially the Rusty division, it can get pretty heated, pretty physical, pretty competitive, which most of that I invite to a degree. But at the end of the day, it's we're a bunch of guys who have daytime jobs. And this is something that we have a similar interest in, and everybody who knows guys, the girls are more than welcome in this league too, which is awesome to see a lot of co-ed teams. But with guys, we don't really we don't ask each other's names. We don't ask each other what do we do for a living. It's just oh, hockey, okay, I'll hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm still really good friends with a lot of.
So I go months
folks
without even knowing my teammates' names, but treat them like the best. Have this similar interest.
Wait, you don't know your team's name? You don't know your teammates?
I know now.
Unbelievable. This is the captain of the team here. Jesus Lord.
Okay,
I'm still friends with.
That, if you have a dream.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just to say I'm still friends with some of my former teammates out there in the New Mexico Hockey League. One of the things that I loved that they did out there was that there was just two jerseys. It was either a dark blue jersey or a white jersey. You're either home or away, and you didn't have to mess around and figure out who's got what. It was pretty simple. They kept it simple, and they also kept it very competitive too. The leagues were very well. The divisions, I should say, were very well run, and they were very good about keeping people honest as far as their skill levels and things go. So that was very good. And the crazy thing is, and this is unheard of, so after every season, you basically get a new team. They throw everybody that wants to sign up for the next season, and it was a half a year season. So it was like June to December, or July to December, January to June, and you get like a week or two off in between, but then you're back at it. And you're just playing the same 3 teams, but it's fun though, and you get to know these people, and then eventually maybe your biggest rival that you're facing is now on your team the next season. So it's like you completely blow it up. Yeah. You completely blow it up. Yeah. And after a while, it gets interesting because I remember my very first season, my rookie season, I had a really good team in front of me. I couldn't believe it. I had an awesome rookie year. We won the title and everything. And then the next season, it's like, okay, blow that all up. I had like maybe 1 or 2 people I knew coming back, and then to go out and win another championship with a new team, and then to come back and do it again and make the finals. And unfortunately lost that one in overtime, but then to come back again the next season and to win a championship. So 3 out of 4 seasons, being very fortunate to have, with the teams being blown up the way they were, to be on, competitive teams each season. And then my final season, we unfortunately, we didn't make the championship, but hey, we had a great consolation game and went to a 9-round shootout. So it was a good way to end my career there. So it was a lot of fun. And you mentioned the women playing hockey. I played on a team that was over 50% female, and we won a title. So yeah,
shout out to women's hockey.
These players and the way they the passion for the game, doesn't matter who you are, if just having that chemistry and having fun. We used to have so much fun out there. That was the thing I loved about the New Mexico Hockey League, was the fun that we used to have with the different teams.
Well,
and,
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching women's hockey too. So
it's funny you say that, because like we're gonna kind of, like, as you see on the banner here, we're gonna kind of transition to the UHL. Like, obviously you got your Raptors jersey on. I got my Four-Star jersey on. Justin's got his fucking Penguins jersey on.
Yeah, the Penguins jersey. Is that a new team?
I didn't know they were part of the U. Must be a new team. Probably Rusty Minus.
Rusty Minus.
I think Rusty Minus Penguins. Yeah.
The penguin from Mario.
Yeah.
Mario 64, that little penguin that you used to throw off the fucking building.
The ice ones, right? The ice penguins.
Exactly.
No, but and like the threes. So with the threes being Buffalo Sabres, nice. With the threes being mentioned, exactly what you said with the way the league's doing. Like, I kind of like that concept of, like, let's mix and mash it up a little bit. Like, it's always the same people, same teams, same lines, same defensive pairs. It's like, now, I mean, look, I know this one's gonna get Christian fired up, but for the threes, I got recruited by the Yetis.
Oh, for the future one, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm currently playing for Yetis threes.
We had a boo one here. We'll just laugh at him there.
It's okay. It's all right. He'll be fine.
Yetis. I'm pissed off at the Yetis right now.
It is what it
I'm
is.
pissed off.
You too.
But like, to what you were saying, it's like, don't get me wrong. As much as I hate playing against them, part of the reason I hate playing against them is because, like, they got some good hockey players over there. There's no doubt. They got some good. Yeah. There's a reason they're the top of the league right now. We're in the 2 slot, so we're chomping at the bit to get back at them. But there's a reason that they're in the 1 slot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Frankie.
Speaking of 1 slot, once again, everybody, thanks for joining us. Christian, I was going to point this to you about your time in the UHL. From that first season on, you started with the Raptors. Tell us how that kind of team started, and we'll keep on going to our team. Actually, let me minus that. You were with the Chugs for a little bit, I believe. Right. You touched on the Chugs and bronze.
Yeah.
You got to have some bronze action. Competitive hockey.
There you go.
Chris and bronze, and we have all combined. So I got to give him a big shout out on that one. Shout out to the bronze. How was that experience? Besides the team aspect of it, but the experience in bronze.
Yeah. Well, I was a little younger, so that helped. When I was with the Chuggernauts, we were actually playing in the league that was right, like whatever that was beforehand. Like one season, I joined that team.
In poorly.
I don't know. I'm not going to criticize. I'm just mentioning that it was. I got invited to sub in a few games, and
yeah, funny. When I was running that league,
and so I was with the old, I guess, this Chuggernauts team that they kind of threw together. We were a free agent team, and we didn't do well the first season. I think we won 2 games. So there's where the 2 games came in. We won 2 games our first season, but then we actually did get better. We made the playoffs. I think the next season, or if not the one after that, but I had a good run with the Chugs. don't get me wrong, I did. I had a good run with them, and unfortunately, circumstances, the way they worked out with the one, especially the one playoff against a certain team I'm not going to mention because I've got some history with them.
Boo!
Well, because that was where. Well, no, I don't. But I'm just going to say that's where my critiques of the UHL would come into play because of certain things that happened early on in my career with certain individuals and certain people being in divisions they shouldn't have been in. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I'd love to hear about it.
I'd love to hear about it. But unfortunately, my time with the Chugs did come to an end. They wanted to go in a different direction, and okay. In the end, it actually was a good move. It's crazy though, because I immediately, like within 24 hours after finding out I was not going to be with the Chugs anymore, Jerry reached out to me and said, "Oh yeah, we got a new team in the Rusty called the Raptors. You want to be their goalie?" I was like, "Yes." I'm not going to shun at that because I as a goalie, I know there's a lot of goalies out there, and I'm like, I want a team. I want to be the guy if I can. So I always want to have a team. And so, we got thrown into the Raptors. The first season was rough. We went 0-for, unfortunately. And the season ended kind of rough for me. I took a friendly fire skate blade to the bottom of my chin. Got a bunch of stitches there to end my first season down there at Pennsauken there.
Not many people know that story, Christian, if you don't mind talking about that. Not many people know that story that are still pretty new because I remember when that happened and seeing the pictures, and hearing about it later on that night from Sean from Hastings, and I had already had a chance to play against him. We didn't really know each other too well, but it was hearing about it was really scary. If you don't mind, do you mind touching on that that night and just what you were going through and stuff like that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, no, it's okay to talk about. It's not like was not as serious injury as it could have been, thankfully, because I do wear neck protection. I wear the shirt and everything, but it was just one of those fluky things that happened where guys got tangled up in front of me, and I was trying to find the rebound, and of course, for some reason, I looked to my left when I knew the puck was to my right. I don't know why, but in that split second, when I looked back from my left to my right, I turned and I felt something hit me underneath, and it kind of felt hot, and was like, okay, my mask gets knocked up, and I'm like, okay, whoa, what just happened? And then I immediately thought, because it's just something just didn't feel right. And I put my hand up. I took my glove off, put my hand up, and I pull it back. And I'm like, it's starting to drip a little bit. I'm like, oh boy. So needless to say, I got a little nervous because I was thinking of Clint Malarchuk back in the day. Because being a Sabres fan, I know about that. But thankfully I looked and I noticed it wasn't too bad. So my captain, shout out to Jason M. He comes running up, we're skating up with the Gatorade towel. He grabs something off the bench because nobody really had anything, and he comes running up and puts it right on there, and he just held it there till the medics got there. So I was actually okay. I was a little shocked at first, but I was like, okay, I'm all right. I had the pushed up there, and bleeding's kind of under control. It's not like gushing everywhere, so I knew I was okay there. I was joking a little bit, and what's interesting was my wife and son were on their way to the game. They were running late, so thankfully they did not get to see that because they just pulled in the parking lot by the time the ambulance got there. And I had to call my wife from the ambulance saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm in an ambulance right now." And I had to calm her down and say, "I'm okay, I promise. I'm actually glad you didn't see it, especially my son didn't see that." So it was a scary event. Yeah. So one thing though coming out of it, and this is my chance again, I highly, highly encourage, and I mentioned this to the league, I highly encourage the captains have a stop bleed kit, something from the Red Cross. That's why I carry it out on the ice every game since then. I bring it out with me because if God forbid it happens again, I want somebody else to be able to spring into action and have something available that could possibly save a life if it ever happens. So I do encourage team captains, players, make sure you got at least something on your bench there, because if it does go south, you need something quick. So you don't want to take that risk. And I never thought it would happen to me. It was just one of those fluky events where the skate just came up underneath and caught me just right under the chin. And, but I'm still
glad that
here.
you're good off it.
You're okay, obviously.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're okay.
Who did this play,
off
brother?
The game was over at that point. So, but shout out to the Wolves. It's been
Who
a
are you
good
playing?
friend. Lives with the Wolves. We're
The
playing
Wolves. The Wolves. Oh, that little tons of bitches.
No, I like the Wolves. I mean, I miss playing against them with the hot dogs. I love the hot dogs. I was still after every game I play the Wolves, I go over and get a hot dog from them. So big shout out to the Wolves. I subbed in for them when Eli was down for the one season. That's where they right over to there it is. It's over there. I'm pointing to my goalie stick. There's a UAHL
lag right now.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's off to the side there, but it's under my goalie stick. The big shout out to Tom McDevitt. He gave me a medal, one of their medals from their Rusty Wolves wins that one season. So that was very, very nice to him. I appreciate that. I still do.
Love that, Christian. Real quick, we're gonna continue on here. An incredible story. So happy that you're all right with that, man. I remember hearing about that, and that was pretty devastating to hear that. I'm so glad that you're good. Dustin will be back in 1 minute. I just had to pop out for 1 second, but we want to keep it rolling. Show rocking and rolling. We're gonna get Justin back in.
There we
here.
go.
We have to get some Freeze Tropics.
I don't know. They froze out. I froze out. Somebody froze out on the live stream. Guys, give us just a minute. I'm sure they'll be right back.
Yeah, you're back, buddy. Oh, he was.
Yeah, he had a little bit of robot voice. We'll bring him back in a second. But like the threes. Let's talk about your experience in the threes, because we got to talk about it a little bit before the show. But I know playing against you was cool, because I'm not one to chirp, but I gotta give you props. You gave me my statistically best game ever, so I appreciate that, because I'm not much of a goal scorer. So it was nice to have a good game against you, because let's be honest, every time I've played against you beforehand, I've been a no-show, pretty much a no-show against the Raptors. So
yeah. No, it was an interesting
Hey,
experience.
there we go. I think we're finally caught up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Davidson
just woke up from his nap.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It went dead. It went dead silent for a minute, and now I'm back. Apparently.
All right. Cool. Hey, technical stuff is all good. So the threes was interesting. I probably got a little bit out over my skis with the threes thing, being as old as I am now, and I realized that probably shouldn't have maybe done that. I'm not a spring chicken. When I started playing, I started at the age of 30 playing in goal, and some people think I'm crazy for even attempting to even start playing in goal at the age of 30. But now I'm 46, and it's like, that wear and tear is starting to catch up a little bit on me. So the threes was interesting. It was tough, because it's a small rink, and it's not much time to really.
I feel bad for goalies and threes.
Yeah,
goalies and threes will get a raw end.
Yeah, and then we got Justin flying down at you every 5 seconds.
Hey, no. That's a lie, sir, because I can only fly for about 15 to 20 seconds before I need to go sit down and have some water. Okay, look.
No, you got some speed, and I should have figured out you got one move pretty much, and I should have figured it out early on.
Take shot, forehand, backhand, NHL style.
Yeah, pretty much. But the one game though, I think I ended up crashing. You ended up crashing into me, and then Nick later on ends up crashing into me too, and that was a wild.
The one that I crashed into you. To be fair, your player put me into you.
You had a little help. You did. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. I straight up just stonewalled Nick, and he went flying into the boards. I felt bad because I saw him going to the boards. I'm like, oh no! I'm like, I even skated over to him. I'm like, you okay? You okay? Because I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
I don't feel bad for these two little nitwits.
Hey,
he caught me.
The one thing that we could all agree on is we don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No,
we don't. Where we really, really dislike a person maybe intensely, we still don't want to see them get hurt though, because at the end of the day, we all have families to get back to. We have day jobs and stuff. We don't want that. So, but the threes was interesting to say the least. It could have been a little better on certain aspects. Maybe. I mean, I could.
It's definitely a workout.
Yeah, could I have played better? Of course. But that last game I played against the Narwhals that we won in overtime, that kind of was like, yeah, my body said, okay, I think we're pretty much done now with this.
And with that being said, Christian, real quick, I just want to jump in because we want to do a sponsor read real fast. Don't mind my interruptions. It's just the duties. We want to make sure that we take care of the people that take care of us. We're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back at it. And this break is actually brought to you by JD Pool and Spas, our good man Del Grasso. Check out that QR code up in the corner up there. Our good friends, big James Del Grasso.
He left me 2 tattoos in my career already against him.
I don't know what that has to do with pools, brother.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a lasting impression, and I'm sure his pool work is.
Wait, was it?
I can't get him over here.
You need to be in the hot tub, is what he's saying.
Make sure you check them out on social media. Follow, scan that QR code. We're gonna take a 60-second break, and then we're gonna get back at it. And so 60 seconds, boys, and everybody, make sure you follow South Jersey Raptors on Instagram, one of Christian's teams.
Shout out
at SJ Raptors on Instagram. Let's get those numbers up. Make sure you follow Christian as well. We'll put his Instagram in on the comments a little bit later on, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Most definitely.
Absolutely, 60 seconds, and we will be right back.
And you can't follow the Raptors.
And 3, 2, 1. We're back. And we are back, but obviously the screen's up there. And we're back.
There we go.
Podcast. Make sure you follow us on social media. The brothers have been absolutely crushing it since day one. We got our good friend Christian Davidson, goaltender, South Jersey Raptors, Threes Tropics team, and getting into our next topic as we start to transition towards the end of the show. We are flying by. Great to have Christian on here. Something that was in the works, and Christian and I had a great conversation about him getting involved in the tournament, and to get a little bit personal. Before we had this conversation, Christian wants to play hockey, and we had a tournament last year that Christian was very excited to play in, and unfortunately, I kind of consider this a snub. Like, he was the guy who I had with me, didn't respond to him, and he missed out on an opportunity that I would have loved to have given him. And once I had the idea of the showcase, Christian was my first call.
Oh, definitely.
Christian was my first call, and I was so honored to invite him. But not only invite him, he is the captain of the No Sad Bros hockey team.
Goalie captain.
Yeah. Show for the showcase, and I was so happy that he wanted to be a part of it. Just to kind of let you kind of take the floor a little bit here, Christian, and we'll have the boys talk. But we had that conversation, and just kind of like what your thoughts and feelings about being named captain and kind of running the team. Aside, big shout out for Brian, who's been helping us as well.
Yes.
But just kind of your thoughts about the showcase itself, and just kind of taking that lead as the captain. I mean, this is a pretty incredible thing. And once again, so happy that you're a part of this, brother. I really am.
Absolutely happy to have you.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique experience. I've never been a captain before. It's like usually I'm goalie. I show up, I stop puck. That's my job. And it's a lot easier just to do that. I mean, I'm already a critical piece of a team as the goalie. And so to have the extra responsibility as a captain, it's different. For sure, I do appreciate Brian's help with our team. Yeah, big shout out there. And now having the extra time that's always good, to make sure we can get a nice tournament. I've always wanted to play in some of these tournaments I keep hearing about, and because I have played in one or two in the past, but nothing here in New Jersey yet. So this would be my first tournament experience here to play in this tournament.
Yeah.
So
It's one of my first too. I'm super excited for it, man. I'm actually pumped. I'm ready to go, man. I'm super excited for this.
We're kind of in the same boat because this is your first time being a captain, which goalie captain, very rare. So shout out for that.
Yeah.
But my first time being a captain too, and I can absolutely relate to what you're saying because I've always been kind of like a consummate team player guy. Like I show up, tell me where to go. Whoever the captain is, tell me where to go. I'll be there. Tell me to block a puck, I'll block a puck. But to be the guy to ask someone else, hey, and especially when it comes to like collecting money from people, like obviously we want everybody to get a fair chance to play, but at the same time, that's the hardest part is like having to chase people down. And like in reality, as a guy who's like as quick to be confrontational on the ice as I am, I'm definitely not trying to hassle anybody because I understand. Like
it's so annoying. Take it from me, it's the most annoyingest thing I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. It's the most difficult thing about doing tournaments.
Being a captain.
Is not only being a captain, but actually, and if you guys don't mind, just be touching on like the behind the scenes of like running these kind of things. It's pretty smooth up until deposits are due and you have to hound people and they get no responses. A lot of work goes into it. So having the right people is important. Having the right leadership is important. Which everybody's a representation of that. Nick, Justin, Christian. Obviously, Christian, you have Ryan as well. Have been helping you, and now we have some more extended time.
And shout out to Christian because like not only like obviously taking on the role as being the captain of No Sad Bros, you also have been like really, really big on like shooting ideas, like definitely in the creative side of like, because like obviously not just putting teams together, but running a tournament. There's always things you want to do to make it a little different than the last tournament, make it stand out. Like a couple of the ideas you put forward really helped us kind of develop some of the things we wanted to do with this tournament.
Yeah, I think it was one of the things that kind of like taken from him when he had talked when we had an initial conversation about some of the ideas, because Christian and I have had one-on-one conversations about he's very very opinionated and he always comments and supports and on the YouTube channel for the UHL,
always on our channel.
And the things that he says, they're ideas, and he's even reached out and emailed and some great ideas, and that's when I had the conversation with him. I was like, besides him being the captain of the team, I want him a part of Chirpin Bucks Media.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy to announce actually a little bit of breaking news. We have this showcase, and then we're going to be doing one a little bit after that for the Camden County Warriors, I believe. Yep. But we are going to have Christian and myself and you and people that we're going to be building a little bit of team behind scenes with some additionals. If they're interested, Justin will also have a convo. Christian's actually going to kind of take lead. he probably doesn't even know like I'm announcing this right now, but we talked all fair about it because I respect his opinion, I respect his ideas and his creativity to bring a safe game, a fun game, and Christian's going to be taking lead with kind of me as a support system, and finalizing things for him, and he's going to take lead and kind of create his own little tournament.
Awesome.
Let's just hope that there's no farm animals or baby dolls or some kind of crazy shit like that, bro.
No.
But we're super pumped up to have that, and we'll have obviously more details down the road about that, dude. But just wanted that little announcement for you.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey.
Thanks.
All right.
Like, let's go, brothers. Let's go, boys. Here we go.
Yeah. Got announcements all over the place today, man.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's
the No Sad Bros. So how did that team come about?
If you don't mind, quick comment. I just want to a comment. Ryan McHugh, No Sad Bros. No Sad Bros representation.
Oh, okay, McHugh.
No Sad Bros. Nobody told me. I don't even know what that means. I'm not sure if that's English, Ryan. Why don't you put the bottle down? I heard about captain of No Sad Bros. Nobody told. I don't even know what that means, right? But we're happy as hell to have you on the club. Ryan's a goal scorer. Ryan can play. Former corn star.
Shout out to him for that. He gave me my number. Shout out to McHugh for that. He gave me my number 8. So always a shout out to McHugh for me.
Ryan's up at Stockton University right now playing some college hockey.
Shout out.
So
get it there, buddy.
Happy as hell to have Ryan part of the No Sad Bros.
Good kid.
I'll just say this before I let you guys take the floor. We got about 10 minutes left. When you guys were building your team and we got Brian to kind of help out with Christian and I to build the No Sad Bros. And Christian, I want you to touch on this as well. Seeing some of the players get added, I was like, oh, this is getting good. Christian, I'll let you kind of touch on that without telling too much about your roster. The excitement kind of behind your roster.
Oh, I mean, some of the people I've played against for sure, and some people I don't know if I've even played against yet or played with. So it'd be nice to have these individuals meet new people as always, and maybe smooth over some edges on some previous rivalries. Maybe
always a good one.
You know, maybe there was a minor incident between me and one of my players, her rostered players at one point, but back in the day when they were CCW, but I was a juggernaut.
Players on his team, probably one of the most. Let's do a name drop. Big Daddy Legs, probably one of the most diabolical players that probably played in the CCW. Shout out. I tossed him out of 3 out of 4 games I rep.
He's an interesting character.
Do I need to put the foil on for this game, boys?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Jesus.
I tossed him out of a Sugar Bush game I'm reffing, and then he gets kicked off. And then the next game, CCW was playing, and he's dressed, and he looks at me. I'm reffing that game too, and he looks at me. He's like, "Is it cool?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, it's a new game, new era.
Yeah.
Gets thrown out again as the ref 5-0. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. We're gonna have to have some conversations and some ground rules.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna have any of that. No.
He's a competitor. He's a good player, and definitely super excited.
Yeah, no, like the roster situation is seriously exciting because like me and Justin talked about it. It's like if any corn star, I just want to put this out, any corn star feels snubbed, just know it's not that we didn't want all the corn stars on the team. It's just this was an opportunity to kind of build a different roster and just play with different people, because that's kind of like I've been venturing into that. Is like I'll always be a corn star, like that's my team. A slap.
You don't have to explain nothing to those boys.
Hey, a shout out to my team. The Raptors. If any of my fellow Raptors want to join up, I mean, by all means,
Christian's got spots open.
I'm just saying, anybody that I've played against in the Rusty or Bronze, hey, or played with.
I mean, I'm not going to apologize for it, but we kind of stole one of them Raptors from you.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, I know you did.
Shout out to
Parducci.
You got Parducci.
Speaking of Parducci, we got a nice heated race for that Rusty point lead for the season. Me and Parducci are up there.
Yeah.
I heard Dustin's been doing some stat corrections. That's what I heard.
Actually,
that's what I heard. Yeah.
I've been getting points taken from me, not given. Thank you very much.
Give me a couple points.
I didn't take
No,
I'm pretty vocal if I get an assist, to be honest. Because in my last game, I should have got a secondary assist on our one goal, but it was iffy because I did pass the puck up to my forward who went in and took a shot, and then the rebound was buried. So it's kind of iffy. Do I get a secondary? Hey, I'll take them if I can. It's very rare that I get an assist.
Top dog guys from the U are listening here. I don't know what is up with them and these goaltenders, like not wanting to give goaltenders points, because our last game against the Wolves, Leedsy, 100%,
yes,
a secondary assist. He
right now.
He shoveled off to me. I shot it up to Chucky. Chucky went down and scored. That's a true secondary.
I think it's easier with a primary. I think it's easier with a primary.
The refs don't care about secondary points. We care about secondary. I can say this because I'm the producer.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Well, the secondaries are tough because if a lot of stuff happens in between, but a primary, I've had a couple of primaries, very few, but I've had a couple here and there. So.
If everybody's watching the game, watching the play, I'll give you a tip and trick of what I do when I'm reffing. When we get into the offensive zone, say the boys are coming in, and Justin, Nick, you hit Justin, like, all right, what's your number? 13, 8. All right, 13 pays to 8, 8 to 4, shot, score. Okay, 13 with the primary. 13 with the secondary, 8 with the assist, 4 with the goal. I'm already dissecting the play as soon as we get in the offensive zone. These guys are too busy playing with their fingers up their ass.
The rusty refs look a lot like this.
Yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Maybe the chicken. Oh, did somebody score? Holy shit!
Hey, the one ref I talked to though said after he goes, "I'm getting Taco Bell after the game." As I was talking with one of them, and it's like, "What you doing after the game?" "I'm gonna get some Taco Bell." So the next time I saw him in the next game, I said, "Hey, you getting Taco Bell after this game?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I am." So, they do a great job as best they can. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy to try to keep track of everything, and stuff's going to get missed. I understand that, but they're trying their best out there. As long as they're paying attention, that's all I say. Just pay attention. If you're paying attention, you have a good chance. Things do happen. It's like with the scorekeepers too. Depends on how they're sitting.
I've never had a problem resting.
Shots I'm facing. I mean, there's been some nights I'm like, I know I faced more shots than what I got credit for, but depending on where that stanchion is and things, it's hard to see, or rebounds, things like that.
Brennan was a nemesis for that. Oh my God! Every time I was a ref for his game, he'd be like, "Yo, can you let the scorekeeper know I got 57 saves?" I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And I love him.
Yeah. We didn't hit the net 57 times. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
I mean, yeah. Big shout out to the scorekeepers in the U, though. They do a great job as best they can dealing with us Looney Tunes. So us prima donnas are wannabe stat patters. It's like, come on. I've had some good reports. Some of the scorekeepers where it's like, hey, do you want me to adjust them? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Scorekeepers over there. No clue. Joy, is it still Grace?
I don't know the scorekeepers. I don't talk to.
I think it's still Grace.
I talk to him in the penalty box, but it usually is something along the lines of like, "Hey, what time am I getting out?"
You're grounded, bro.
One thing, and I encourage everybody in the league to try to do this. Give them some love, the scorekeepers. Tell them, hey, thanks for being here. Because they're freezing their butts off, probably sitting in there. To be honest,
yeah, they don't have to be there for sure.
Speaking of scorekeeper, I got a great story. This one scorekeeper, this one time, she was on Live Barn, so I can hear her entire conversation on Live Barn on the phone. And I shoot her a message, and she didn't have my number at this time. I had a new number. I didn't even realize it. I said, "Yo, dude, your entire conversation is going on Live Barn right now," and she thought that it was like some other dude in the bleachers. She was a puck bunny. She was a puck bunny, brother. She didn't know what dude it was, and it was me just looking out because the things that she was saying were absolutely horrendous. And I'm like, "Hey, you're on Live Barn right now talking about
stuff you shouldn't be talking about on Live Barn.
Stuff you shouldn't be talking about. Yeah, let's keep it under wraps.
Yeah, let's keep it PG here. Yeah,
we can PG. We can do a little PG. But with that being said, just want to do a quick check-in. We're at 55 minutes. We're going to start wrapping up now. We got Christian Davidson on, captain of the No Sad Bros hockey team affiliation with WMR, President Steve Show. We love our boys. MMR rocks. And goalie tender for the South Jersey Raptors in the Rusty Plus division, who's having an incredible season. They're doing pretty well. I'm looking forward to watching them play. I mean, listen, they've gotten better and better. Yeah. Make sure you follow South Jersey Raptors on Instagram. They got a lot of good content. We're going to have Christian social media as well in the comment section in a little bit after the show. And we're going to start wrapping up, boys. With that being said, it's so great that we finally got to have Christian on, awesome. the trio of Davidsons.
Awesome.
We'll go around for one more round table here just to kind of hit our final thought of the showcase and just, the excitement behind it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll start it off by saying, obviously we're wrapping it up here. But,
you don't have to thank me either.
Thanks a lot for Frankie for everything. I mean, to be honest with you, putting everything together, putting all the legwork in, putting all the legwork in, going through what you're going through, and still kind of sticking it out. We appreciate it because this is something we all get to look forward to.
Well, I have to say, the first conversation I had about this was with Christian, and honestly, if Christian would have said no, that he didn't want to be involved,
probably would have happened.
Honestly, who knows if it would have happened, because he was kind of that. We had a great conversation. I remember I was outside the deck. It was late. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. I was in my underwear, and we're talking it up. And when I invited him to do it, and he said yes, he was excited, and that kind of led to starting this. So I have to without Christian being aboard. No, I mean, who knows what would have happened? Because if he would have said no, I would be like, well, now there's one guy that doesn't want nothing to do with it. And honestly, respectfully saying, rightfully so. I mean, he reached out to us to play in a very important tournament, the Cancer Warriors tournament for Jason Martinez, and no response whatsoever. We got no response, and I felt terrible about that because I had somebody that was taking lead, and they didn't take the duties. Unfortunately, he's here now, and we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, boys.
I mean, I'm definitely excited. I mean, obviously saw the last name Davidson, great. And then I found out you were also, served in the Air Force. So again, I just want to say thank you for your service.
Thank you so much for your service.
I spent 4 years and I did my 4 years and got out. So, but I can obviously from one veteran to another appreciate everything you've done for the country. Obviously without veterans, and obviously shout out to all the other veterans, because I noticed that's one thing about our league. It's all branches of service, including EMS, fire and police.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
First
members.
responders are heavy in our league for sure.
Heavy, CCW's heavy in veterans, so it's definitely a big shout out to our veterans out there.
Yeah,
Kristen, obviously we're looking forward to playing against you once again. Maybe one of these tournaments down the line, you'll get to be behind us instead of in front of us. So,
well, that's kind of really respectfully saying, brother.
Oh well,
I don't have a problem with
Diddy,
that.
no Diddy.
I know, no, I don't have a problem.
We've gotten 2 pauses in the last 30 seconds here, boys.
I don't know. It's starting to be tough here.
Justin had a fruit by the foot earlier.
All right, well,
No, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for sure. I got this showcase coming up. I get to play with my brother. I'm pulling my hockey coach out of retirement. I haven't played hockey with him since Open Ice at Hollydale when Willie used to run it, if anybody remembers it. He's also, obviously, as you see here, that is his company. He is sponsoring. It's wonderful to see him still be supportive of me as a 36-year-old man. He's still like a father to me. Jen, his wife, like a mother to me. They've been wonderful. So thanks for sponsoring it. I'm just excited, man. I get to play with my brother, my coach. I get to play with my childhood best friend, Dougie Hollowell. So shout out to them. I get to play with a coworker of mine. I have a coworker of mine, Noah Vincey Smith. By chance, I come into work one day and he was super excited because he had heard that I played hockey. So that for him, now he's on the corn and now he's on the Two Bros One Puck. So I get to play with all these great people. And then, yes, I get to turn around and play Christian Davidson. He gives me great saves sometimes, and other times I beat him. We've had a lot of back and forth between us, and it's always good hockey. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Don't forget you get to play against me too, brother. And listen,
I'm ready.
We don't have a problem here. You and I, we got your ass is grass, brother.
Look, I know you'll be coming for the hit, and that's okay because I'll just throw the hip.
But I got my boys. Christian,
Yeah.
we're gonna throw it to you. Give us your final thought, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Well, again, thank you very much for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it to be on the podcast with y'all, and thank you for letting me, kind of give a little bit of my background and things. And I'm just super grateful and blessed to be able to still be playing at 46 years old. And a big shout out to all the teams I've played for in the past. I've always had really good experiences with people, get to meet new people. It's been nice to meet the new people that I do get to meet every time I play a new season in the UHL, because I don't know a lot of y'all because a lot of you grew up together. I'm an outsider. I grew up in northwestern Pennsylvania. I'm out here because of the military, being retired and everything, and still working for the military on the joint base here. So that's the reason I'm here, because my wife's from here, and you tell when you get married, you promise a lot. You promise your wife a lot of things. And when I took her out of New Jersey, I promised her I'd bring her back, and I did. I made good on my promise when I retired, and we came back. So we've been back since 2017. So this is the second go around. I was here from 2005 to 2010, and we met late 2005. Got married in 2007. So. Big shout out to my wife. She's been my biggest fan. She took a lot of videos of me in the New Mexico Hockey League. I actually used to go and watch those videos back after every game, and that's how I actually got better. I was actually doing my own video reviews and things, and it helped me develop and get better and figure out, okay, I see what I did there. I see what I did there. So
love that, brother. Give us your final.
My final is, again, super, super blessed to be able to play. I'm very thankful that I can still play at 46, and I'm really looking forward to the showcase and meeting new people that maybe I'll see again in some of these other tournaments down the line, or in the U. We'll see how that goes. And like I said, you never know when your last shift is going to be on the ice. So every time I get out there, I'm always thankful to God that I can play and still be healthy. And, who knows how much longer I can play, but hey, I can still get out there, still viable. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Great episode. Once again, this is the 2 Bars 1 Puck podcast. Make sure you check them out on their Facebook page. Boys will be back next week on Monday. I'll be back as producer, of course. And stay tuned for more updates for our people that are going to be part of the showcase. We are still looking for some sponsors, but we're going to take a couple days, rest of the week to kind of finalize a few more things, and we'll have some more announcements coming. Make sure you follow the podcast on social media. Make sure you follow Triple Pucks Media and our podcast also on Wednesdays, and follow the South Jersey Raptors at SJ Raptors on Instagram. They got some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to have Christian's social media also out there. Once again, thank you so much to Christian, our good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Davidson. I got to get back up for a time. That's going to do it for us here on the podcast. Stick around so we can say hi to each other after the show. And that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. Thanks.
Someone falls to pieces, sleeping on